90% of drivers at some point in their career. So let's loosen things up. Sit tall and tip your head to your right shoulder. Now pull your left shoulder down gently and hold for 10 seconds. Switch sides. Left ear to left shoulder. Right shoulder pulls down and hold for 10. Now roll your shoulders 5 big circles forward and 5 back. Open your mouth wide and stretch your jaw. Hold for 10. Close and repeat that 2 more times. Finally, take a deep breath in through your nose, pause, and exhale through your mouth. Small, simple changes lead to big results. Visit mothertruckeryoga.com and houseproducts.com for more info.
Lines open for your calls.
And what I wanted to do was demonstrate what actually is going on here. I hear some noise. Let's see if I can solve that. Okay, perfect. No, it's not terrible for you guys. Now listen. This is a demonstration of a radio built around Quansheng remote dock. Now, what is that? What am I showing you? What is this video all about? Well, basically, it's an interface to your Chinese handheld, and it allows you to control the Chinese handheld with your USB port. So there's software. This gentleman, I assume, a gentleman has written. Nick Schur here, and he has a release, if I can find it here. It's very well documented. You can download the release for Windows. We're going to take a look at that. I use Linux. Mostly I can't stand Windows. It's just me and Windows. We don't get along. So I've loaded Windows in VirtualBox here, and we see here the USB all-in-one cable device has been enumerated. Maybe I should go into that first before we continue. An all-in-one cable device, spelled correctly here, is a interface card. So what it does is it allows you to just plug your handheld straight into a computer with a USB port. So your audio is running through here, your microphone's running through here, and of course your display is running through here. Everything's running through here. The push to talk, everything runs through here. So it's a pretty cool project. I recommend you check it out. You can download the files, the board. Everything here is available on GitHub. So that's that. And the camera's here. I'm looking at the screen here, but the camera's here. So don't think I'm not paying attention to you, but that's how it's set up here. I have multiple screens going. It's a pretty cool project. So we have an ST microcontroller. It can talk to the USB bus. It has some DAC, ADC going here, and it enumerates as a serial port and audio device simultaneously. So you plug this into a Linux box, you get a sound card and a USB card, serial card. So you can control the radio. So that's what this is. That's what this is. That's what we're selecting here in VirtualBox. So you select it, right? And first we're going to look at this program, and then I'm going to show you a vibe coded script that I got for Python for Linux. So one thing before I start is if you're having a remote setup, right? If you have a transmitter in another location, you can't physically access the transmitter. Like we see here. This is at an address in a bedroom, and it's nighttime right now, so it's 4 in the morning. And let's say something were to go wrong, you know, it's like whatever happens. There was a power surge, or, you know, it could be any number of things here. Well, and this happens automatically. When I turn off my machine, it deactivates this relay. So the relay is off. Okay. So whatever I push here, the power has been physically cut to the handheld right now. So if I reload the program, let's get it back on here. You'll see a black screen. There's nothing on screen because the handheld is off. When I activate the relay by remote control, you see it power up here. This is printing everything that's on screen. So now the handheld's on. We can open the squelch. Well, let's say we wanted to listen to FM radio. Do that. Turn it off. Don't want a copyright strike. Let's say we wanted to listen to the weather channel, the weather station, NOAA weather radio, whatever it's called. So you punch in, what is it, 162.4. This is all computer controlled handheld.
Around 30.
And now we hear
Thursday, partly cloudy.
the NOAA weather channel.
Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the lower 20s.
Of course, that's fine. And
Friday, mostly clear.
We can do that too.
Highs in the upper 40s.
With other things.
Lows around 20. Saturday.
Good, good. So these are repeater frequencies. They're already programmed in. What's going on here? What is this? Let's check this out. So, this is GQRX, right? This is a Linux SDR program. Some of you may know it. Basically, what's going on here is we have an SDR stick, a USB stick, and that is this antenna here. It looks different, by the way. This is an old picture. I'm going to have to get a new one. But basically what it is an RTL SDR radio stick. You may know what this is, but for those who don't, basically you plug a USB stick into a radio, into the computer, and it turns it into a radio. Let me get the right website going. So here's one, right? You plug it into the USB port, and you have an antenna connector. And it allows you, this model I think goes from 28 to 1500 megahertz, or very close. There's other ones. AirSpy is a good one, I think. I've never tried it. AirSpy is another unit you can get. You can turn your computer into a radio. There's different ones. For example, the R2, I think. You plug it into the USB port, and then you have your antenna connector, right? You could do astronomy. You can listen to the airplanes, aircraft, have radio, or whatever. Right. So anyway, that's what that is. So let's go into this. I've turned it off. Okay, look at this. What's going on here? So it's glitched out here. Let me try to fix this. You know, it's this cheap. This cheap. Look at this. Look at this. It's the cheap stuff from China. You know, it's just. It's terrible. It's terrible. Look at this. Okay. Now. Oh yeah, that looks good. Let's turn it on. And why is it gigantic? Nobody knows. This is terrible. I'm not gonna start a new cut just for this. Okay. Very good. Good enough. Good enough. So now we have this.
Body today. Sound good?
I'm just so tired after driving a truck all week. I feel like I don't have enough time.
Have you downloaded the Weigh My Truck app from Catscale?
What else can we do? What were we doing before? 162.4. This is that NOAA weather station.
3 days yesterday. The normal high
And you can see this.
degrees.
I'm not sure what's generating this interference, but it corresponds to this radio somehow. When I wake up the radio, this interference stops, which is interesting to me. I don't know why that is. Maybe it has to do with the serial port, or maybe there's some IF interference. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, that's disappointing. But what do you expect? Let's turn the squelch on here. Here's the VHF band, 2 meters, right? Where we should see some, hopefully some packet traffic. But that's fine and dandy. You didn't come here to see that. So let's go back. So, okay. The calling frequency, I think, 2 meters. 146.52. Okay, I wanted to demo this so that we understand what I'm going to do next. And demonstrate, hopefully, the transmitter here. So we're going to turn it to a manual frequency.
Fair, temperature 43. El Paso, mostly cloudy, temperature 47.
Okay. And we have an offset. We want to turn that off. Go to the menu. It's just like the handheld. Right? If you flash the custom firmware, it's just like the handheld. So we're going to turn off the offset to demonstrate this. Alright, so now I have this on. We enable TX here. This is not my favorite program. Like I said, I'd rather use the Python script from ChatGPT. But I wanted to show this. I wanted to show this how it is. And so this is AK5Z. This is AK5Z. This is AK5Z. Calling CQ. Testing. Testing. CQ. Testing. I don't think anybody's going to respond. It's 4:30 in the morning. You can't see that. Let's see here. 4:30 in the morning in Albuquerque. So, but we can see here the transmission. So that's what this is. That's what I wanted to show. It does have a limiter on there. Okay, it has an SMA limiter I bought on eBay. I don't have that ready here, but maybe I can pull that up. Let's see. Just to be thorough here. Let's see. So we're here. Limiter, SMA limiter. Let's see. It's still here. Yes. Okay. Look. So here we go. Here we go. Hopefully I didn't expose myself with my my web history. Anyway, mini circuits, right? Decent product. $12, $13. It goes on the front of the SDR. You know, you don't want to blow it up. As I said before, the SDR antenna is right here. Here's your transmitter. You don't want to just burn it up, right? So I decided, well, free shipping, $13. Looks good. So this is hard to read. Basically, what I read here is that it has a 10 dBm limit, which is actually the maximum of the SDR dongle, right? And I actually have not this one, but this is the one I did. This is the one I did here. The Nuilec, mainly because it had an antenna package. Let's see here. So you have your choice of antennas here. Hopefully it loads up. No help there, but it has your antenna base, right? A magnetic base. It goes onto the top of that steel. Are we loading here? What's going on? Okay, so it has a magnetic base. It goes on there, right? And then you have your choice. Hello. Okay, you have your metal antenna, and then your 900 megahertz. I think it's actually for the transponders on the aircraft. And then this is a terrible picture, but it has a 433, which is on there now. So that's all of $47, right? So very good, very good. So good. So I demonstrated the transmission. If somebody would have replied to my CQ, excuse me, then we would have had a response. I'm not going to kerchunk the repeater with this program. I think there might be somebody awake here. Let me get this back up here in the corner here. Good. But what I wanted to show you mainly here is not this program, because running VirtualBox on a machine, you know, it's using power, right? It's using CPU. Windows is terrible for the CPU. It's just terrible all the way around. Let's say you wanted to do this on a battery operated Raspberry Pi, a Zero, right? One of those really cheap 5-volt devices. You don't want to use your power. So Windows is straight out. So we're going to shut this off here. Let's just save the machine state. We can save the running Windows instance right to disk. It can start up right where it left off. And that's fine and dandy. So this will disappear here in a few seconds, hopefully. And then what I wanted to show you was this vibe-coded Python script from ChatGPT. So it enumerates as a, this is the serial device, right? We have a TTY ACM0. That's actually presenting itself as a serial device. Let's see here. Let's do a bus scan. So here's my SDR. We have the relay. It presents as a serial converter. You can read about that on my QRZ page. And then we have the all-in-one cable. And this is presenting as the serial device for the radio and the USB audio device. So, okay. So I'm here in Germany, right? And this is in Albuquerque, this. So I'm streaming my audio over the internet, uncompressed, as packets, into this box. Now, our output is going to be this cable, right? We're going to select the cable on the radio. Now it's actually driving the little 3.5 millimeter connection on the radio microphone, or 2.5, or whichever one it's using, right? And then we have recording. Here I can monitor audio from across the ocean, right? It can send packets to me so we can listen to it. And that's going to be the all-in-one cable mono, I believe here. Let's see here. No, actually, no. We want to listen to, and it says built-in audio stereo. This is the built-in codec on the board. We're going to listen to that. Now we hear static. That's probably a good sign. And I want to play the cable audio onto this monitor. So what this is called in Pulse Audio is a loopback. So everything that plays from that little port on the handheld is going to play back and so we can listen to it. I'm jacking the audio up. When I sent it out there, I didn't turn the audio up enough, so this is sort of a hack. Okay, great. So that should be good. So we're going to call this script with super user privileges because I'm lazy. And we see the screen, right? I can do the squelch. Do we hear it? We don't hear it. Let's check that out. So I've opened the squelch. That's the first button on the side of the unit. Let's see here. So loop back. I don't know. I don't do this often. I don't change it so often. Let's see here. Let's see if we can even hear it. Okay, I think I hear something. Very good. We want to listen to the codec. Why are we not hearing it? This is the problem with Windows. This is the problem with Windows, and almost Linux as well. But let's see here. What is this? No, this is something else. Let's see here. So I see the noise here. So this is terrible. This is a terrible demonstration. This should work. Monitor of built-in audio stereo. Let's see. Okay. So we're not actually monitoring the codec. We're auditing. We're monitoring the monitor of the codec. I guess that's how they call it. So this is actually the audio from the radio. So we're going to deactivate the squelch. I'm not too pleased with that latency. After many hours and it gets out of sync a bit, this is usable, right? Remember, it's across the ocean, so that's still usable. I could reset everything, but I'm not going to do it for the video here. It's just there's some scripts. You can go on my QRZ page and see the commands. I don't want to we're recording now, and if I reset it, it might glitch it out. So that's fine. So now we have all of our functionality, right? We had before on the Windows VirtualBox. And the audio quality is better. There's not this popping. Remember, maybe if you heard it, there was some popping. You don't have that with this. And that probably comes from the virtualization layer on the VirtualBox. Sorry, I was just thinking, what if this is not recording? What if I'm talking into nothing here? So. Very good. So, maybe I should have checked that. Yeah. Well, here's hoping. Maybe you'll know. You already know. If I uploaded this, it worked. So listen, this is fine. We can do all of the transmitting. All we have to do is hold this button. This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu.
This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu.
This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu. Testing.
This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu. Testing.
And why are we hearing it? Why are we hearing it? Because we have this. Sorry. We have this monitoring. right? So this, it's a little sluggish, right? It's going through an encrypted tunnel into a VPS and then to Germany. So there is some delay there, right? Latency. I have this running at a quarter. It's compressed, right? So every 4 pixels is 1 pixel now. So we have a fourth of the resolution streaming. That makes it faster, right? We're not streaming every pixel. We're streaming every 4th pixel. And that helps a lot. So that's what I wanted to show, basically. What I'll do next is hopefully we'll check in on the net. I'm going to cut this video, and then we're going to do a second one and piece them together. So let's see how that goes. Okay. So hopefully you can hear me now. It seems I got to speak up in the video. Not a problem. But I'm tired of waiting. It's, let's see here. 5:43 in the morning. What do we have here? Hold on, let me close the window. All right. So listen to this. What we're going to do is we're going to activate the repeater. Let's pick a good one. Let's pick the Megalink. Let's pick the Megalink in Albuquerque. Right, so this is the Megalink frequency. It's a statewide repeater system. It goes all over the state of New Mexico. So let's key it up. Let's see if it works. This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu calling CQ on the Megalink. This is AK5Z calling CQ.
Welcome to the Megalink Amateur Repeater System. Use 100 Hz tone. nm5ml.com. Sandia.
So this is a statewide repeater system. It's early. It's not too early, but somebody should respond. It's a statewide system. But that's okay. That's okay. We can pick another one, right? There's more to choose from here. Caravan Club. This is Bosque Amateur Radio. This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu calling CQ. We see the modulation there, right? Still no action. I guess everybody's still me out in Albuquerque. Not a problem. But so there's a couple of things I wanted to go over before we get a station of contact. Let's see here. So we have our screen here. What's going on here, right? We have the SDR. We have the antenna, right? I don't have this antenna anymore because it's trash. This is I ordered something from AliExpress. I ordered a new antenna. This one. I hope it opens, right? This is just a delay so that they know I'm not the AI. This antenna right here, it seems to work decently. This is terrible. It's a terrible picture. What? Just absolutely trash. Okay. So It's hard to see. You know what it is. You know what it is. You can look it up. NR 770. It seems to work well on 2 meters, and it's long enough. Okay, here's a good picture. So it's not quite 2 meters. I think it's 1.5 meters. So it's fairly long, and it has your little coil there. So it does well on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. The output is 5 watts, probably a bit less, probably around 4. This is what it looks like close up. I did some decorative copper here. It's in a house. I wanted it to look nice. Yeah, put some lamps behind it. When the radio is on, it turns on the little lamps. So this is the Quansheng itself. This is the handheld. We have the relay here. We have some jumper wires, right? It's just got some tacked on wires here. I have a MOSFET so that when the relay turns on, it turns on the lights. There is actually a GPIO chip on this industrial motherboard, which would have been nice to use. I got it working, but I didn't. I just wanted something simple. I was kind of running out of time to ship it out as far as what I was facing. So as far as logistics and all that, I wanted it out for Christmas or before Christmas. So this is a Wi-Fi card, and those other 2 antennas, these here, it's just a Bluetooth Wi-Fi card. I didn't know at the time. This is a cable modem. I think this is a wireless router. I didn't know what I was up against, so conceivably it could be moved to another location, right? So it could connect via Wi-Fi if necessary, straight to the internet, and just one connection, right? To power and Ethernet, right? Plug it in, it starts up, it dials into the VPS. You can read all about it here, you know, OpenVPN and how it's going here. This is older information. I'm probably going to update it. I had to use a power supply. So you think about this, you know, you have to think about this. You have in somebody's house, whether it's your own or somebody else's, you have a lithium-ion battery on the back of this handheld originally, right? And you say, well, that's fine. We can just put in a USB cable and it can charge all the time, right? And then when it transmits, it uses the battery. Well, there's 2 problems with that. The first problem is that you have to be able to turn it off, right? And, you know, let's say you didn't care about that for whatever reason. Maybe you don't understand the law, that it's the law that you have to be able to turn it off, or maybe you don't care for another reason. Well, then you have a charging lithium-ion battery at all times, you know, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, months on end. You have a charging lithium-ion battery. That's a poor practice by any means. So twice. You have it twice, 2 strikes. So this here I bought for €4. Maybe it was a little more at the time. They run these fake deals, you know. I don't know. I think it was like €10. Doesn't matter. It's just, you get it. So 5 amps output. What drew me to this was that it said it had a low ripple, which was important to me. Whether it makes a difference, whether it's really 3 millivolts, I didn't measure it. I didn't put it on the scope. It seems to work. What was really nice was that it was a solder connection. So you just put a solder bridge, and 8.4 volts is the charging voltage. So I have the output a little higher than the charging voltage. I didn't pull the charger IC on the handheld. I probably should have. In retrospect, pulled out the charging IC on that board. But there's no charge going in. But I don't know. It's when you have more voltage and less voltage. I don't know. I'm paranoid, I guess. But that's fine. Now that I think about it, it's probably fine. So then this is the relay, right? So you have a serial relay. That's what we did. That's what we did here. Intercommand, right? You can turn it on, you can turn it off. Now, I wanted to say something else here. Is this? It has a service. I don't know if I can pull it up easily here. It has a service, a systemd service. Let me see if I can explain that. Radio daemon. Okay, cool. So it has a systemd service. It calls this script. Let's see if it comes up here. Okay, firstly, when the computer starts up, it turns the radio, it turns the power off straight, it cuts the power to the handheld. So if the system restarts, we start in an off state. Now that's important for the reason that it has a watchdog on the board, this industrial motherboard. It has a watchdog. And what that is, it has a separate computer chip in there, a separate IC that has to get poked every 30 minutes. The board itself. I don't know why it's 30 minutes. I think I can turn it down. I think I probably should. But if it doesn't get that poke in 30 minutes, it cuts the power to the board and restarts. It restarts the system. So that's B. That's plan B, right? If something goes really wrong and it freezes up, it cuts the board off in 30 minutes hard, which it does work. I've seen it. B, plan A, actually. That was plan B. Plan A is to actually have this script ping my VPS, right? It pings okay, right here. It pings a server on the internet constantly, right? Every second. If it misses 3 pings, it cuts the power to the radio. So if it breaks the control link within 3 seconds, it's done. And this has happened once or twice. More than that, actually. Is I'll be going to use the unit. Hey, the radio turned off. Well, the control link was broken for more than 3 seconds. So this is all vibe coded stuff too. So it does work. I've checked it. And so that's plan A, right? If it loses the network, it immediately cuts power, and that's it. If it restarts, it cuts power. So those are 2 independent interlocks there to prevent some glitch from holding the key down. I don't think I've seen it crash. Maybe once here in Germany. I was testing it and something happened and it got keyed on, but I can't quite remember why or how that happened. But it freaked me out enough that I got paranoid. And well, you should be, you should be paranoid that this can go on. So, I don't want it on. There's actually a third script. I don't want it on when I'm asleep. Why is power on this unit when I'm asleep? There's no point to that. So it cuts power after 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I think 23 o'clock. It cuts it off. And automatically on a timer. Let's say that the network were to glitch, it would be off within 24 hours for sure, hard. So if the CPU is still running, right? That's the question. Is this serial relay going to operate? And I'd like something better. I really would. I'd like something hard on the power, to where this GPIO could ping a switch here on the main power and cut it if or hit the reset line on the board if it didn't get a ping from the GPIO. A second hardware watchdog I think would be nice. So I think they're going to start their net here. What do we have? 3 minutes left. Yeah, we'll check in here. We'll switch to VFOs. Again, this vibe-coded script is just like the handheld. So whatever's on screen comes up here. It seems to work pretty well. It took all of 2 or 3 hours to get together. That's going to be on my GitHub in the links below. I'm going to post my QRZ page and my GitHub with this script so that you can check it out. So if you're familiar with the alternative firmwares, I think that this will be familiar to you. I even think this might be similar to the original firmware. I'm not sure. But there's one thing I want to say is that the scanner doesn't work. And the receiver on this unit is poor. It's a poor receiver. If you're going to use this unit, then you really need to get some sort of pre-selector, whether it's a variactor tuned or maybe some SMA relays that you can switch in and out, and use your software receiver here, you know, because the receiver on this handheld is terrible. It's marginal and borderline defective. Okay, I can be full quieting into a repeater and not hear any information, any sort of sound on this unit. So that you need to be aware of, and I'd be remiss for not mentioning it. If you use this unit, excuse me, if you use this unit in a, like, put it on your roof or something, which would be nice, right? With a nice antenna on your roof, you will need a better receiver. Period. You're going to need a pre-selector. You're going to need something, because this may be a pre-filter, a band pass filter, because this thing is terrible. It's terrible with the antenna inside the house. You know, it's bad. So I had a guy on here. He said that he was picking me up 40 plus S9, and I could barely hear him on this unit. So he was putting out 100 watts, he said, on an antenna outside 20 or 30 feet up. So the idea that I can barely hear him, but yet he can hear me 5 watts inside a bedroom, it's bad. And maybe you don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you, and for me, you know, I invested a bunch of time into this, but it's terrible. It's terrible. So hopefully the net is starting here. Wrong button. Exit. I'm still learning to use it, to be honest. There's one of these keys that deletes it. Yeah, this one. I think that's a string you can send DTMF commands. AK5Z. Well, even if it doesn't work, then hopefully you'll have I mean, are we putting out audio? I think we were. I think I checked it last time. Let's see here. 444. This is why it's so nice to have an SDR on the front, so you can actually see, hey, what's going on here? Audio. This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu.
This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu.
It's modulating. It's doing something. Maybe we could turn it up. Maybe it's a little quiet. Let's see here. Playback. Okay. This is another thing. When I speak here, it should be full scale here, right? So test, 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 test. Audio. It's a little overdriven. This is AK5Z.
This is AK5Z.
So we're putting it out, right? We're maxed out. They generally start at 6. Today's Sunday, so that's why they're not doing the net. That's why everybody's asleep. Okay, well, that makes sense. So let's see if I can get a contact. I tried the Megalink. I tried this other place. One more time. This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu. Is anybody on frequency for a demonstration? I guess not. I guess everybody's asleep. Somebody woke up. It's the ghosts, the Kerchunkers. They like to play with their radios, but not say anything.
Station on the air, come back.
Maybe he's a cool guy. Let's see. Yes, very good. I'm doing a YouTube video recording. This is Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu. I'm just demonstrating the remote base. So I wanted to have a real contact on there. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger on that. This is KB9 CDJ Kilo Bravo 9er Charlie Delta Juliet. Yeah, you're coming in clear.
Very good. The name here is Kyle, and I sure appreciate you coming back on Sunday here. I just looked it up. Is your name Ernest? Is that right?
Yeah, roger that, Ernest. Packing up and getting ready to drive to Phoenix for a birthday dinner. One day and then coming back.
Well, not good. I'm sorry, not bad. Hopefully it's very good out there, and enjoy your birthday. And, well, very good. Thanks for coming back to me. You know, it's going to be recorded and all that. And safe travels, and hopefully we'll be in touch soon. I got your call off screen here. Ernest, this is Kyle, Alpha Kilo 5 Zulu. Thank you very much for coming back to me, and we'll be in touch. 7-3.
Yeah, roger that. Come on in on a scat night at 7 a.m. in the morning. Well, actually, it starts at about 6 and goes to about 8. But, and check in, you know, Monday through Saturday. All right, yeah, the Ernest is the name, KB9 CDJ, and I'm out of here.
Very good. Take care, 7-3, and have a good morning out there from, this is Germany here. So, very good, Ernest. This is AK5Z. Okay, so that concludes the demonstration. Hopefully it was helpful. I don't think I need to speak about it anymore. You can leave a comment if you need more information. I recommend going on the websites, reading everything, understanding it, asking the ChatGPT questions, Gemini, whatever. And, you know, I'm happy to help. So, it is a poor man's remote station. You know, this is not a high dollar setup here at all. I mean, this I bought on eBay for, I think it was 50 or 60 euros. And it had the SSD card in it already. It has a cheap, I think even a quad core CPU. It's good enough. You know, it's DDR4. So, you know, at the time I didn't know if I was going to use VirtualBox or what. So I had VirtualBox at first, and then got the script together here so that I don't need to run a virtual machine anymore. So that's fine. So very good. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm not going to edit this because I'm lazy, and hopefully you can understand it even with the technical difficulties. I'm sure you can as an intelligent viewer. So yeah, that's all. Bye.